Hello, Crime Atlas Nation. How's everybody's day going? I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. It's just my schedule's been hectic. Today's topic is about the ICE protests in Portland, Oregon. Let's cover why they are protesting. They want the families that have been separated because they entered the country illegally to be reunited with their children. Let's look at what the city of Portland have been doing about it. They are doing nothing about the protests. This is because the city of Portland mayor does not want Portland City Police to get involved in the protests. He said it's because for tactical reasoning. What are the federal government doing about it? They are not happy about the protests. They are taking legal action against the protesters. They have given notices to leave federal property. Before the Thursday morning sweep, notices that outline trespassing laws protesters were violating were handed out and posted for 3 consecutive days. They had federal officers take action today. 9 people had been arrested by the federal officers. At approximately 5:30 in the morning today, federal law enforcement officers initiated a law enforcement action to reopen the federal facility at 4310 Southwest Macadam Avenue in Portland, Oregon. Federal Protective Service spokesman Robert Sperling said in a prepared statement. Because the protesters were making it so that ICE couldn't operate in that federal building because they were blocking all the entrances to it. What does the public think? Some people are happy that the Portland police are not doing anything about it and they support what the protesters are doing. And on the other side, there are people who are mad that the Portland police are not doing anything about it because it's blocking the way to work or the way to home. And they feel like they're breaking the law by blocking a federal building from being able to be used by law enforcement. And what do I think about it? I support what the federal officers had done today because they did not escalate what was going on. They went through the proper process to get the people to leave the federal building and the federal land that the building's on. They weren't asking them not to be on federal land with their protests because they're not doing anything about them being on city land. They're okay with them if they stay on city land, but they don't want them on federal land, which I think is fair. Which is why they let some of the protesters still be there as long as they stay on the property that they're supposed to be on. The reason why they wanted the protesters off the land was so that they could reopen the office back up and process the people back with their families and help the people go through the process of what's going to happen to them since they entered in the country illegally. Which the protesters had been making it hard for them to do by blocking the building so they can't access it. The federal government said that they are already working on reuniting the families, so I think the protest is not needed anymore since the federal government already said they're not going to do it anymore and they're going to work to get the families reunited. I don't think it was right for the protesters to prevent the federal officers from doing their job Because at the end of the day, they're just people like anybody else. And they have the right to be able to get to their job. Because it's their livelihood. It's what they support themselves and their families on. I wanted to get this video out because it was a current event that's happening recently. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe down below if you liked what I talked about today. If you want to see more videos, make sure you turn the bell notification on so you know every time that I upload a video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. This is Crime Atlas Nation, and I'm out.